Lovely. Okay, so you don't need the strap just yet. We'll have that to the side. We shall do our warm up, get the body ready, then take it to the floor. So we're going to work shoulders again today. So warming the shoulders up, working the shoulders, but also really giving them a good stretch. So getting the body ready, we've got the feet hip width apart, heels under knees, knees under hips, hips under shoulders, shoulders under ears. Length from the top of the head, got lots of space here. Thinking of our posture, so you don't want to be stuck out that way or underneath, so you just want to be somewhere in the middle so you feel like you're engaged, you're in neutral, your shoulders are back and down, hands to the side. Let's have a little sway around in a circle. So you're just sensing the floor beneath your feet, your little toes, your big toes, the ball of the foot, and just sort of come to somewhere that's nice and central where you feel you've really got your weight in the middle. Lovely. Let's take some nice deep breaths before we start. In through the nose, out through the mouth. So imagining your ribs are expanding as you breathe in, front, side and back. And as you breathe out, the diaphragm is contracting, everything's getting smaller and squeezing in, pulling the tummy in. And have your breath a bit longer than usual, maybe 3, 4, 5 seconds, whatever works for you. Just nice deep breaths to get these lungs woken up, work the insides as well. And the out breath is like you're breathing into a mirror and you're trying to steam it up. That really helps you engage these tummy muscles, you're pulling them in. Lovely. One more long breath. Now just normal, regular length breath. But on the out breath, let's tuck the chin down, so just lengthen the back of the neck. Have your palms to me and stretch those fingers apart. Lift the chin slightly. Breathing out, tuck the chin. Lift the chin, we can let the chest lift, so we are creating space between the ribs and the hips, and then you're taking your ribs down. And let's lift the arms. Rotate the arms on the way down. Little bounce in those knees. Swing the arms, let's take the bottom all the way back. Eyes to the knees, chest to the knees. One more. Slowly back to centre, lovely. Let's just warm up that neck a bit further. So a little circle with the nose, getting some movement in the neck. So posture check, feet are forward, knees under hips, under shoulders. Lovely. Let's change direction. Nice little small movement, lovely. And then we can start to take the ear to the shoulder. So we really want to draw these shoulders down, but switch from side to the side. Lovely. Think of moving with breath, still thinking of your posture, so you're in neutral spine, so you're not sticking your tailbone out or flicking your tail back on your legs if you had a tail. It's just nice and central. Hold to the right, shoulder down, lengthen with the two fingers, push away with the heel of that hand, really creating nice space and stretching that neck. Lovely. Let's change sides. Ear to shoulder, two fingers, shoulders down, and push that one down as well. Lovely. Then we're going to take our elbows, bend them, take them in at the waist as if you're holding a newspaper, and have active feeling from your shoulders to your fingertips, so they're nice and stretched, they're not just all relaxed. Holding a heavy tray of drinks, open the hands, take the thumbs back, and it's going to open your shoulders and close. So you're almost squeezing your shoulder blades back a little bit. Let it happen naturally, don't force the shoulders, but with the hands taking out to the side, you should feel the shoulders pushing back. Lovely. Yes. Let's use breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lovely. I'm going to add on breathing in, reach out, bring back in and close. So real feel of tension in those arms. Pull those elbows in and close those hands. Really imagining that it's really hard to move them. You're moving through really sort of sticky, thick mud. Lovely, last one. Good. Slightly different position. Arms are here. Again, this nice L shape. Shoulders back and down. So if you imagine you had some little pockets here, you're putting your shoulder blades in them, so it really keeps those shoulders down. Let's again rotate it down and up. Try not to let the shoulders lift as we're rotating. So trying to get mobility in the elbow here, in the shoulders. Lovely. I'm going to take one arm at a time. Let's go to the right. Let's look to the right as well. Again, that feeling of pushing through something really thick, so you're creating tension. Breath in. Breath out. Lovely. And in. And out. And in. And out. Last time on the left, and then we're going to hold both hands up and back. Try not to let the shoulders lift, just stretch here and hold. Lovely, and release. Good. So I want to work into the shoulders standing up a little bit, and then we'll do some stretching, take it to the floor. A little bit on the hands and knees today, not too much, but we do a few, look like I want to do a few down dogs, so I want to get these wrists ready, so let's just give them a circle. And changing direction. Lovely, taking them out to the side, pushing as if you're pushing the heel of the hand away, and then the other way. So it's just getting some flexibility into the wrists, flicking them back. If it hurts with the hands straight, you can always do it with a fist, like you're revving a motorbike, same sort of thing. Start to circle them, bring them in, hands linked together and circle round like a figure of 8. Changing direction if you can. Takes a bit to get the other way. Lovely. And stretch out. See how that feels. And reverse. So we're just stretching into the fingers now. The joints of the fingers and the wrists. Taking the arms up. Take them up, reach up shoulders, let them shrug up to the ears, and then slide those shoulders down, bring the hands down, push them forward, round the back, let the shoulders separate, tucking in the chin, and release. Lovely. So a little bit of work for the shoulders, a couple of just really repetitive exercises. When we're on the floor, we're going to do a bit more stability for the shoulder. This is working the muscles. So it's the muscles in the shoulders and the back. So we're going to have our arms in this sort of W position and just turning sideways. I'm going to be drawing like a semicircle. So it's back and here and back. And I'm squeezing my shoulder blades back. And it's just drawing that little arc with your arm. And then we're going to change position, okay? Shoulders down and squeeze back and back. So really draw that, I suppose it's an N, with your elbows, and you're squeezing back. So as well as squeezing back, working the muscles in the back and the arms, we're also stretching the chest across here because of the squeeze back. So quite a lot going on. Lovely. Squeeze. Squeeze. Try and keep space between the shoulders and the ears, so we don't want to shrug the shoulders up, we want to squeeze the shoulders back. Squeeze. 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 Nearly there. Quite intense, just good. I'm going to change position, hands down flat and back and back. So this time there's no elbows lifted and lowering, it's just pulling back, keeping the shoulders down as if you're elbowing someone behind you, squeezing back. Lovely. And keep breathing, thinking of your posture. Lovely. We've got 16 more, so pretty much 32 of everything. 1, 2, 3, really squeeze them back. 4, 3, 2, we've got one more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Haven't finished there. Slightly in position. Go back to your W. Reach out, pull in, and it's like you're squeezing in with that elbow, and I'm trying to take my elbows slightly behind me, squeeze them back. So it's back and down, back and down. So this is just working the bicep. It's working different parts of the arms, but still always working this shoulder muscle up here. Lovely. And then 8, 7, 6. The last 16, I'm going to switch them around. So we're going to reach out, pull in, out, pull in. So it's a bit like bouncing a ball, pulling the elbows in and bounce. And 2, lovely. 3. So should really feel warmth in these shoulders and arms. It's a good workout for them. Nearly there. 8, 7, 6. Also getting a nice warm up in these wrists as well. 2 and 1. Lovely. So we need the shoulders all warm so we can stretch them. So we're going to do a couple of stretches standing up, and the rest of them we shall do on the floor. So again, normal standing position. I'm going to take the band quite wide, and as you go on you might be wider or smaller, but start with it quite wide. And have your arm up above your head, let your shoulders relax, and just breathe in, take that back. If it feels really tight, have the arms wider. Just breathing back. So what I'm just demonstrating sideways, joining, I want to try and avoid this, because then I'm using my spine, so you've got to keep the body down, and it's the arms that we want to go back. So you're opening up the shoulders. It's kind of like a down dog, same thing, it's pushing through these arms, opening up these shoulders. Feels nice. You might be able to go a little bit closer, you might be able to go a bit further back. The wider you are, you might even find it go all the way. Really be careful and slow. It's a real nice chest stretch. The more you do it, the more you can go a little bit further. Oh, that's quite tight. It just does feel lovely. A few more of these. And again, don't worry about me or anyone else. It's your workout, your body, your arms, your shoulders. Lovely. Let's just hold and release. Good. So slightly different stretch. Still again opening up these shoulders, opening up the chest. I'm going to hold the band tighter behind me, and I'm going to reach down, and I'm trying to pull the band apart. That's what I'm doing. So here, you might wrap it, you might find that's easier. Back and pull. And you're trying to get your arms up behind you. Careful of my elbows. So you can see they're slightly bent. You don't want to lock them. This is a bit tight on the elbows. Again, if you need to have this band much more space between your hands, do what works for you. Just lifting up, you're reaching your arms down behind you, trying to pull your hands apart. Take the feet wider, because I'm going to add on to this. Just breathing and holding here. You're really creating space between your shoulders and your ears. So I want to bend forward and take the arms over my head. So if your legs are tight, I'll just turn sideways so you can see, you can bend the legs and just go where you're comfortable with. If your legs are happy straight, you can lean down. And again, feel that band pulling apart. Elbows are soft. And just see how that feels. So you're getting a stretch in the leg here and into the upper back. If you need to bend those knees, please do. Just try and relax the neck. Hold for a few more seconds. Gently release, let the arms come down, curling up slowly because the head could get dizzy. Oh, wonderful. So we're ready for the floor. So I'll just pop our bands to the side for a minute. Change my mat position. Going to do some roll downs. So usual thing, heels under knees, under hips, under shoulders, nice and tall. Let's do a little heel lift. And add some arms. These are optional. Then let's let the chin drop, the shoulders round. Really imagine someone's pulling your arms and you're really rounding the upper back, scooping the belly in, trying to keep the weight into the front of your foot. Let your head be nice and heavy. Feel your back all stretching here as well. So real stretch in the spine we want to feel. Again, if you've got any twingy, any back problems, always bend the knees and support with the hands. If you're happy to just hang, pull the belly in, giving yourself space, suck that tummy in. Breath in at the bottom, breathe out. We start to reverse. Still keep that weight forward, still keep the belly in, your shoulders are rounded, your arms are heavy and floppy. And then we come back, wonderful, and again. If you want a challenge on the way down, you could close the eyes. That challenges your centre of balance a little bit more. But really feel like you're trying to fold in half, trying to take your head to your knees. Breathe in at the bottom, breathe out, curling up. This next one, when we come down, I'm going to put my hands on the floor. Lift the arms, lift the heels. Lower, and closing the eyes if you wish. Once we get to the bottom, I'm just going to bend the knees. I'm going to keep the feet like they are, so they're bent at the toes, to stretch the feet for a moment. And just holding there, pushing back onto those feet, getting a nice stretch. Lovely, and then we'll release the feet and just sit back into child pose for a moment. First child pose, we'll take the arms behind, let the shoulders round and relax and the head down. Lovely, coming up. So we're going to do like a down dog. I'm going to start small and then I'm going to take it up higher. So we'll start small and build onto it. So to start with, on all fours. So our hands are under our shoulders and our knees are under our hips. And you can just lean forward a little bit, so you're challenging the shoulder stability and you're also challenging your wrist flexibility. If that hurts, just stay with it here. But if you can, just a small bit here. And then we want to push back, so we're stretching out the arms. Then we want to come forward, so try, make sure you're not arched, tuck under. You can lean a bit further forward, come back. So you might think, oh, actually I can move my hands a bit further forward. So I've got a bit more room to drop the hips, and then I can push back. It's all about this stretch here, nice straight line from your fingertips to your bottom, your tailbone, coming forward. So you're almost kind of going into a plank, coming back. So this is our base level. I'm going to take this up into a down dog plank, but again, it's up to you. So if you want to, you could tuck the toes under. I'm just going to do this with my hands because my mat goes flying. So if you wanted to go up another level, tuck the toes under and you push up. Then you come down into a plank. Keep your hips lifted though, don't let them drop. Keep them lifted, push back. It's all about these shoulders, pushing back and coming down. So remember, if you want to, stay on the knees. When you come into plank, really squeeze the tummy, you're looking straight at the floor, your shoulders are strong, so no collapsing, nice and strong. Two more here, breathe in, breathe out. One more, breathe out. And then we'll just have the knees down, come back into child pose, open the knees and stretch those arms forward. Go back to my mat. Lovely. So another little opener for the shoulders. I'm just going to come facing you so you can see what I'm going to do. On all fours, and we're just going to open up one arm and close, and the other and close. If that's a little too much, you could always do it half with just an elbow. If you feel like you can open, it's a movement in sort of mid-thoracic spine. You're trying to really get your shoulder back, open up and close. Breathe in. Try to keep the hips still. Breathe out. Breathe in. Lovely, few more. Once more. And relax, lovely stuff. Give these wrists a rest. And stretching them. Okay, so coming on to our bottoms and do a bit of work, give the shoulders a rest for a minute before we do some other bits. So we're going to do our 100 in a minute, but we're going to get the body warm first. So feet to hip width apart, in fact feet together and knees together. Pull on the hands to pull yourself up as tall as you can. Breathe in and then we breathe out. We round. So if you had a tail, you're flicking your tail underneath, pulling the tummy in. And then when we come up, you're flicking your tail back. So you're trying to get some arch in the back and some round in the back. So to give yourself a bit of space, because it's difficult because the legs are in the way, you want to open the knees and lift up. So it means you're starting to work into your hips. So breathe out, breathe in. And again, you can, as far as you want, open and push through as much as you can. That's what we're trying to do Take the arms off if you want. Reach. Hand back. Keeping your toes down and the ball of your feet in the floor. If you start to lift them, you start to use the legs, and we're really just trying to work the back here. If you want to add on, arms up, so you might feel your shoulders a bit more warmer. You've got more space. Breathe in, breathe out. In, out. Next time, hold. Hold here. Squeeze the knees together, heels and toes together, opening the curtain, reach back. And in, and out, and in. So your tummy stays pulled in really tight to the back of your spine. You've got this nice curved shape here, and you're not moving. Just the arms moving. Again, we're opening up the chest. We're getting some rotation in the spine. And hold. Squeeze the tummy. Keep those feet firmly planted. Can we go back a bit more? Squeeze that tummy. Keep rounded. Think of tucking under. Start to do a hip sort of tuck. Squeeze lower. Bit lower. And release. Just nice stretch here. Lovely. Bring your right knee into your chest. Grab your leg and use that to pull yourself back up. And go straight into the 100. And then I'm going to do some other bits and bobs. So, 100. We start sitting up, and as we get further into it, we get lower down so that we end in a really good position, or here. If you start on the floor, you sort of end up like that. Whereas if you start sitting up, you can either stay up or get into a better position. So feet, knees together. You're either here, it's exactly how we've just worked, or can you bring the feet in and work here? Or lift one leg. Ready? Breathing in and out. 5 breaths in. And out, and in, and out. Try and relax it here, and in, and out, and in. This is halfway, so either switch your feet or lift them both. Knees together, out, tummy tight, and out. Can we straighten in, and out, and lower, in, and out, and in. So ribcage on the floor, and in, and out. Last time in, last time out. Bring that right knee in and rest. Full stretch, stretch that tummy. And then bring that right knee back again, left foot on the knee, and the other way. And then pull it into the chest and lengthen that left leg away. It's getting a little stretch in these hip flexors. We've just had really tight because we've been tucked under into a hip curl. So we really feel like someone's grabbing your left leg and they're pulling it away. Your neck is relaxed. Have a little look side to side. Bring that knee slightly across the body. Don't lift the hip off the floor, but just feeling a stretch in the hips. Wonderful. Let's change sides. So right foot down, left knee in. Let's have a little circle. Change direction. And then pull that knee in and lengthen the right leg away. Also being neutral. So if you flatten your back into the floor, you're getting in this curled position again. We're trying to pull away from that. So your spine is neutral. You can get your hands under your back and you're flat and your leg is lengthened. Again, relax the neck. Making sure the shoulders are away from the ears. And then pull the leg that way, diagonally across you slightly without lifting the hip off the floor. Oh, wonderful. Okay. So some work for, again, shoulders and tummies and backs and legs, all in one. So going to start in a set-up position. Get your shoulders away from your ears and your head is nice and long with the neck. If you find your chin's up here and it's really hard, just pop a small pillow underneath. You can just be nice and straight. You want your forehead in line with your chin. And we want the feet probably about 2 fists apart, or a fist, depends how big your hand is, but where your hip bones are, that's where you want your feet. Again, in neutral spine. And we're just going to start with the arms, nice and gentle. Just take one arm back, and again, are we reaching the floor? Are we not? Doesn't matter. but have you changed your body shape to get your arm there? If your rib starts to lift and you start to arch, then you've had to use your back. You sit better without any. So that's not what we want. We want to keep this down and be able to take the arm over and really feel the shoulder opening up. And the other one. So if you get to here and you can't go any further, that's fine. But really keep this down, taking your rib to your hip, feel it going down. Wonderful. Let's take both arms, breathe in. Especially when you lift two arms, your rib cage is desperate to pop off the floor. Think of the back of your ribs really pressing into the floor. So not your lower back into the floor, but keep those ribs there. Lovely. So we're going to do something toy soldiers, one arm, one leg. So right arm is back, left leg slides away, and then they come back. Left arm up, right leg slides away. So it's our base move. I'm going to keep adding on to this. So if you want to keep your legs sliding on the floor, that's fine. If you want to take a leg and just point it so it's in the air, bring it back, so you're working a little bit more, you can do that. Again, keeping that whole body still, just the arms and legs, like a toy soldier, nothing moving. Neck is long, chin's tucked in, try and look towards your knees. Lovely. So you can stay with this, or if your body feels comfortable, let's pull the tummy in a little bit, flatten the back into the floor. Again, if you've got lower back issues, I'd advise staying with just lifting one leg. Have the arms here, and you can march the legs up and down, and you can take a leg arm with it. So your leg, knee lifts up, your arm lifts up, as if your arm's got a bit of string and it's pulling that knee up. Try not to bring it in towards the body, keep it here. If you're okay, you know your back's okay, pull the tummy in, back into the floor. You can lift both legs up. So you're starting in this position, same thing, opposite, one arm, one leg. So now you've got to use those abdominals a bit more. You've got to use the core to keep the body on the floor so the chest doesn't lift. You don't want the back to lift. Again, you can make the movement smaller, so it could be a small move, or you could take that leg all the way down. A couple more here, then I'm going to add on again. Again, please work at your level, to your body. So, I'm going to now do both legs, both arms. So as an option, if you have got your feet on the floor, you could slide both legs away with your heels down, slide your knees in. I know my mat's doing that, but so that's a nice option if you're worried of your back and you don't want to have your legs in the air. Otherwise, arms and legs are here in the air. Breathe in. Breathe out. I'm going to add upper body, but if your neck is sore or have any problems, keep it on the floor. If you can lift, and it's like I'm taking off my hat, take off my hat, pull back in. Hat, so my upper body isn't moving, I'm just lifted up. Two more. One more. Release, lovely. So a little bit, couple more ab exercises. Again, this is about legs and balance, and we're going to take it up further. So I want to have your legs up in the air, head and shoulders down. Doesn't matter if your legs aren't straight, just as much as you can. And if you feel that your back is really lifting off the floor, then just have the legs a lot more bent and it will really help. I'm just lowering and lifting my right leg. Again, if you need to do it in this position, that's fine. But head and shoulders down. Lower the right leg, lift it up. Again, it can be small, or you can take it all the way down. If you can get your legs long, if you can point your feet, so there's just so many different levels you can take it. I'm going to do 4 more, and then I'm going to add upper body to this. Again, you don't have to. So grabbing the back of my left leg, I'm going to use that to pull myself up and carry on here. So I've got a bit of support with my hands around my leg, upper body not moving. Can I take one hand off? Can I take the other hand off? Can I just hold, pull the belly in, press the back in the floor. We're going to hold for 4 breaths. 2 more. Try and reach forward. Release, well done. Going to change sides, both legs up, left leg down and up, pressing the back in the floor, squeezing the tummy, lengthen the neck. Try not to stress the neck out here. Lovely. 4 more here, then we're going to add the upper body. Again, you can stay on the floor if you want, so work at your level. Right hand, left hand, grab the back of that right leg, lift yourself up. So we really want to try and get the shoulders off the floor, so you're really lifting. That leg can help you with that. You can stay here, pull the tummy in, lower back in the floor, relax the neck, there's no tension. Can we take one arm off? Can we take the other arm off? And can we hold for 4 breaths? Squeeze the tummy, reach up. One more. Release, fantastic. Let your knees rock side to side. One last exercise for the lower abdominals. Hands down, nice bicycle. I do want to add the twist and the upper body, but again, see how your neck feels. Hands are going to support the head. And then you're going to take your elbow across, keep one on the floor, and the other one, and twist, and twist. And again, your bicycle can be as big or as small as you want, but try and lengthen those legs, lengthen them. Feel them stretching as if someone's pulling them. Use the breath. Keep your elbows back so you're rotating the body, not flapping the elbows. 4 more, lovely stuff. 3 more. Bring that knee across the body. 2 more. Last one. Oh, release. Okay. I want to do a little bit of stretching for our chest and back again. So I'm going to lie on our tummies and I'm going to grab the band. Same stretch we did when we were standing up. So feet are just relaxed, holding the band. I want to create some kind of tension, so I'm going to wrap it a little bit. So again, I'm trying to pull the band apart, so that's where we're starting. Pull the belly in. Don't lock the arms out, try and pull the band apart, squeeze the tummy, lift up, reach back. Can we lift those arms up a little bit? Lift and lower. If that's too much on your shoulders, just keep them where it's comfortable and just lift and lower slightly here. But if you can keep lifted, pull the belly in, just lift a bit higher. I know, so the whole back is engaged here. Try not to grab with your legs or really point the toes, let them relax. Squeeze the tummy. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Let's sit back into child pose. So coming back onto our backs, I'm going to do some bridges, and I'm going to use arms as well. So again, always really focus on the shoulders today. Feet hip width apart, and you want a little natural gap. Draw the tummy in so your hands are just being pressed slightly but not squashed. Lengthen the neck, same thing, shoulders away from the ears, fingers down. Breathe in, breathe out. On the out breath, start to think of pulling your tummy in and flattening it down, squeezing the pelvic floor. Breathe in and release. Breathe out, pulling it down. Now on the out breath, we can flatten the back into the floor, so we're squashing it down, no more fingers. And your hips are starting to tip back and forth. Try and keep the legs here relaxed. They should be like jelly. You can touch them with your fingers. Everything's coming from here, as if someone's pushed down and that's where the tension is. Keep that neck long. Let's lift up. So I'm going to press the back into the floor, press the lower back, come up to the ribs. 1, 2, 3. Stay on that last rib and just squeeze the bottom. So we don't want to lift up here. That's a yoga bridge, nothing wrong with it, but not what we're trying to work today. Roll down. So all of the bits between the rib cage, then the lower back, and then the tailbone is last. Breathe in, breathe out. Flatten the back. Lifting up. Squeeze the bottom. That's what we want to work. The bottom here. Feeling this nice and flat. And lower. I'm going to add some arms onto this. Lifting up. Hold here. Take your arms up over your head. And try and roll down with the arms behind you. So you really have to work the spine so much more to get it down with those shoulders. Doesn't matter if you can't touch the floor. And then arms come down. Then we repeat. Breathe in, breathe out. Back into the floor. Curl up. Keep the balls of the feet engaged so you're not rolling out and those knees aren't coming out. Lift the arms up and over the head. Roll down, breathe out. Breathe in, arms. Breathe out, back into the floor, roll up. Breathe in, arms over the head. Breathe out, roll down, arms stay where they are. Breathe in, arms come down. Lovely. Let's take it up and hold, and just keep your arms up in front of you. I'm going to do some bridge walks. So I'm going to do it with my balls of my feet lifted, so my feet are flexed. But if you want to have the feet down, and you're lifting up one leg as if you're walking, trying to climb up a sort of ladder, it's going to get those hamstrings. So bring your heels a little bit closer to your bottom, but before you lift them, squeeze, and that's going to help. If you squeeze, you engage your glutes. That's what we want to engage here. Otherwise, you just use your hamstrings and it kills. So squeeze the bottom first and lift. You can do it. Have the hands down if you want, but squeeze the bottom. Feel the side squeeze. Squeeze and lift. Lengthen the neck. A couple more. Keep breathing, squeezing that tummy. Last one. Roll down. Lovely. We're going to stretch our hamstrings using our band. Foot up in the air. Let's get that leg nice and long. Relax the upper body, tuck the chin in. Just get that leg relaxed. Use the band to help you flex that foot and pushing your heel to the ceiling. But really just push it away. Think of the leg lengthening to start with. Breathe in, breathe out. With the next out breath, let's start off just easing that leg in just an inch. Breathe it in, release it. Breathe out, ease it back. Breathe in, release. Breathe out a bit more. Oh, lovely, feel that leg stretch. And hold it. Just letting the rest of the body relax. Just really feeling that lovely stretch running down the back of that leg. Really try and push your heel to the ceiling, flexing that foot, really giving that sciatic nerve a stretch. And then let's take the leg just across the body slightly, keeping this hip down, but you sort of feel a stretch in the outside of the knee. Again, relax the neck. Lovely. Whilst we're here, let's take this right ankle onto the left knee, pick both the legs up, bringing them in, using a band if you need to. You can push this knee out to the side a bit, you can pull this foot in, just see how your knees feel. If you just want to pull in, that's fine. If you're feeling in your right hip, pull round here. Let's take the foot down, keeping the right ankle on the knee, hands down, let those legs fall to the left. Gently, gently, feeling a nice stretch all around here. And then shoulder stays down and look over to the right. Wonderful. Slowly look back to centre, squeeze the tummy, legs come back to centre, keep that right foot locked on that knee and just let the legs come the other way. Gently feeling that nice stretch across the top of the hip and left shoulder down, looking to the left. And then looking back to centre, squeeze the tummy, gently bring those legs back. Let's change sides. We're going to stretch the left hamstring first. So foot around, band around the foot, lengthen the leg away, relax the head, neck and shoulders. And let's just start with flexing that foot and lengthening that leg. Think of your spine, it should be in neutral, lovely, breathing in. Breathe out, ease the foot in a bit. Breathe in, release. Breathe out, ease it in. Breathe in, release. Breathe out, easing it in, lovely, holding it there. Pushing your heel up to the ceiling. Relax the neck and shoulders. Breathing into it is a big muscles, keeping that spine in neutral, don't flatten it into the floor. Taking your leg across you slightly. Lovely, I want to release the band, let the foot cross, so the ankle is on the knee, the left ankle on the right knee. Pick the legs up, bringing them in, and again you can push out with that left knee, with that hand, if that feels comfortable on your knee, and just see how it feels. Is this side tighter than the other side? Is it easier? Is it the same? Again, a little look from side to side, release any tension in the neck. Let's take the foot down, keeping that left foot on the right knee. Hands to the side, let's let those legs fall to the right very gently. And looking over to the left. Gently take the head back to centre, squeeze the tummy. Bring those knees back in very gently and change sides, keeping your left foot firmly on the knee. Just changing direction, keep the right shoulder down, looking to the right. And then gently head back to centre, bring those knees up, lovely, bring yourself back to centre. Just bring those knees in, give yourself a little hug. And then gently you're going to lift up. I mean, this again is a stretch for the back, so you can use your band if you want, or you can get your hands around the back of your legs. And just, you need to probably have the band quite tight. And then I push my legs away, and it pulls, it stretches out my back. You can just grab the hands. I always find my hands just can't grip. They fling off, you're putting a lot of pressure on them. And then just gently rock up to sit in. Wonderful. Another little shoulder stretch I want to do. So this one is opening up the shoulders slightly different way. So we've done a lot of pulling them back. We're going to do the one around now. I'm going to turn around just so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to hold in my left hand, in my right hand, the band. Take your arm up and drop it down the back. So this is the hand that's going to do the work, this left hand. You're going to grab it and you're going to start trying to reach up and trying to get those arms to each other. So it's the arm that's low down is where you're going to feel the most of it. Well, you might not, but that's where I feel it most. It's the tension is in this left arm because it's been pulled up round the back. This is not too difficult to do. And we're nice and open here. Keep going a little bit more. And think of the top arm pulling the bottom arm up. Breathing into it, nice and gentle. Remember, any time, just release the band. I used to be able to get my hands together and hold them, but you just have to do it so much. But that's no excuse. Should keep practicing. It's not too bad. I nearly touched my fingers. Oh, slowly release. Oh, give that a little roll. Okay, so I'm going to go with the other arm. So I'm now taking the band into my left arm and just here. Then the right hand's going to come behind, left arm's going to bend, and I'm trying to climb up the rope with my right hand. And you might find one side is much easier than the other. My right arm is more flexible, so I find this a lot easier, not anywhere near as tight. But the rope helps you hold still. And then you can just, in a few seconds, maybe inch a bit further. And again, think of this top arm can pull up. Breathing into it, relax. And then release. Oh, feels like you've been sort of crumpled up in a box, doesn't it? Roll the shoulders, lovely. I'm going to do a nice, another chest sort of stretch. Again, this is getting a bit more into the lower back now, giving the lower back some attention. So I'm on my front. I'll do it this way first, I think. So I'm going to have my left arm is out, so my shoulder is on the floor. My left arm's here. And my head can rest on the floor. So that is a chest stretch in itself, but with your opposite leg, if I pick it up, I can roll back. Now this bottom leg is sort of pulling me round, so I'm really stretching the underneath arm that's behind me, but I'm also starting to stretch here, and I'm starting to just get a bit more into the spine. So wherever you're comfortable with, you can stay with the body down. And then gently, gently release. So the other side, I've got my arm here, got my head on the floor, so like a T shape, and then I'll put the hand there and start to push. And then this opposite leg starts to pull back. Get your head on the floor, and the more this knee pushes back, you're going to feel more of the stretch in that shoulder. Wonderful. Let's gently sit back into child pose. Really giving that back, lower back a nice round. Again, we can let the shoulders relax. You can have your knees apart if you want, just relax down. Coming up, just another little one again. It's kind of stretching out these because we do spend a lot of time in this position, so they're so tight. So it's to strengthen and stretch them on the knees. And we're going to have the arms out in front. Again, you can do the hands on the hips if you want. And we're just going to lean back slightly and come forward. It's in one block, so you're not bending your bottom. You push your bottom forward so you're stretched. And you just lean back and you really feel these muscles, and then you have to come forward again. And then you want the arms off. Breathing in. Breathing out. I feel a bit like a zombie. Lean. Oh, you can really feel that in those leg muscles. So you're stretching and working at the same time. So there's quite a lot going on. 2 more. Squeezing that tummy in, keeping the neck nice and long. Let's do 1 more and hold. Squeezing the bottom. Two more breaths. Oh, it's surprising how much that gets you, that one. Just a little stretch for, again, same thing. Step your left foot forwards, and we can just push forward here. If you can reach down, you can take your leg back, making sure this knee is staying over the ankle. So if this is too much, just stay lifted and push forwards. And maybe we could add some rotation. So if you are just lifted, you could just take same hand as leg round the back. But if you are on the floor, you're comfortable there, you could either take your hand around your back and look at your shoulder, or you could extend up, keeping the shoulder away from the ear. You just have to make sure you've got cushioning on your knees. If it's really hurting your knee, you can pick up that back foot and do this stretch. A bit more intense stretch, but it's less on the knee. You can always pick the knee up as well. Pick the foot up. If you're on carpet or a nice thick mat, we should be okay, lovely. Just a little hamstring stretch here, as we've done them already, but just pulling back. And release. Changing sides, so step the other foot forwards. Driving the hips forwards and down. You inch this forward a bit more. And again, hold here for a bit, and then we can, same arm, twist. Or if you're comfortable, lean to the floor. Arm around the back. Or open up. Again, keep your shoulder away from your chin. So reach, try and really rotate. This is a lovely stretch here for your back, for your mid thoracic spine, for your shoulders, and for the legs. Lovely release. Just gently pull back. And then release. Okay, let's lie down, do a few little release stretches before we go into a bit of relaxation. Ooh. So let's cross our legs this time, so there's no space between your legs, so it isn't that one, your legs are crossed like you're in a chair. And then lift your legs up and then take them over to the side. Again, if it's too much on your back, just have your knees together and your ankles together and just tip to the sides. It's a little bit like what we did earlier, but a little bit more intense on the hip. And keeping the leg where it is, gently bring it to centre and go the other way. Lift the feet up first and then almost taking my knees to my elbows. That's a real stretch. Try and keep this other shoulder down, looking the other way. And we can just sort of let the legs relax. Come back to centre. Let's change sides. I'm across left over right this time. Try and keep a seal if you can, and let the legs lift up and tip over. Your left shoulder is probably going to want to lift off. That's fine. Just feel it, you know, going towards the floor and looking to the left. So nice stretches for your lower back here. Gently, so I've got my feet on the floor, so I can almost push off my foot to lift my legs up. It's very heavy to lift them up. Come back to centre, then lift them and then go the other way. Again, I can get my shoulder down on this side, so it's just noting on your body what feels tighter. My shoulder's looser, my hip feels tighter. On the other side it felt different, so your body, listen to it. And I'm just going to let my legs sort of do that and come back to centre. Lovely. So let's just lie down in a comfortable position. I've got my feet just apart, feet falling to the side, my arms are by my side, my palms are facing up because I'm receiving. You might find you prefer palms down, you're giving back. And again, if your lower back is not comfortable, just bend the knees, have the feet on the floor. And just closing the eyes and just thinking of your breath, your tummy lifting and lowering. And then let's just start with our toes. Just give them a little scrunch and a squeeze and feel tension running through the feet, through the knuckles, through the joints. Breathing in, breathing out, relax. And then flexing your feet. Feeling tension around the ankles. Taking a breath in. Breathe out, let those feet just relax. Feeling tension in your knees and your thighs and your bottom. Breathing in. Breathe out, let everything in your legs relax. Then feeling tension in your tummy, your pelvic floor, shrugging the shoulders, there's tension in the trunk. Breath in. Breathe out, relax. Then from your shoulders to your fingertips, stretching those arms, feeling tension run down the arms into the fingers, breathing in, breathe out, relax. Then making a fist with your hand, feeling tension in the knuckles and the joints and in the palm of the hand, holding on to anything bad, anything negative, breathing in, breathe out, shake it out. Feeling the tension leave the hands, all the negativity leaving the body, relax. Then into the face, the eyes are closed tightly, the jaw is clenched, breathing in, breathing out, feel the jaw soften and just fall apart, and the eyes soften and just roll wherever they want. Let's go head to toe, one last squeeze, feel a little tension, run through the body for the last time. Breathe in, breathe out. Feeling all that tension leave the body. And then just placing your hands just above your shoulders on the top of your rib cage, or top of your lungs, and just breathing in and out, and just sensing your breath, your life force as your body rises and lowers. And then placing your hands just on your rib cage lower down, again still sensing the breath, the life, the energy coming into you. And then feel your hands just on your lower abdomen, last part of your body, just to feel that breath, just as you breathe in and out. And then we could just let those hands relax. I'm just going to take a moment here for yourselves, just relaxing. And just very gently, we're going to start to bring some awareness back to the body. So we could just roll our tongue around, our teeth, roll in the mouth, rolling the eyes around, have a twitch of the nose, wiggling the fingers, wiggle the toes, maybe circle the wrists, circle the ankles. Have a full little body stretch. So if you've just woken up full of energy, full of life. And then gently placing your right foot on the floor, then the left foot, the knees are bent. We can gently open the eyes, bringing in one knee to the chest, one at a time. And gently rock side to side and roll the knees around, massaging that lower back. And then I'm gently going to roll over to my right hand side. And come onto our knees and tuck those feet under again. So I want to give them a little stretch. Hands down, let's push back onto the feet. And then very gently, heels down, start to lengthen the legs, chest towards the knees, eyes towards the knees, head really floppy, you could say. Shake your head like you're saying no, and then nod like you're saying yes, and then gently start to uncurl, squeezing the tummy in, supporting yourself wherever you need to. We're stacking the spine back on top, one vertebra at a time. Head and shoulders very low. Woo, lovely. Let's have a little breath to finish. Lovely. You should feel lovely and stretched then. Have nice stretched shoulders. And again. One more reach. And take your arms back and give yourself a clap. Thank you. Thank you so much.